He called my name and my heart stood still when he said, John, go do my will. Go tell that long.
Yeah. And it was created by a member of a group that called themselves the Enlightened Ones, or the Illuminati, by the name of Adam Westhoff.
Oh yeah, 1776, May 1st, right?
Could have been.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, this was the symbol that was to be the religious, bringing about the religious component. It's economic, religious, and political. Those are the three legs of the stool that are going to bring about the one world government. Okay, and this is the religious component of that.
Okay.
And this eye, you'll see it's looking out of light. Mm-hmm. And it in fact is the people that made this. You can read their writings: Albert Pike in Morals and Dogma, Thomas Hall from England.
Yeah, I've been ridiculed for a few of the little things that I put up of their stuff on online.
Why would that be?
Albert Pike, he's that Mason, right?
Well, he's the fellow that brought this to North America in the main, yeah.
54,000 Masons in Ontario alone.
Oh, I'm sure. Dan, do you know where they're headquartered?
No.
We should visit down Hamilton.
Hamilton?
Yeah, down there on King Street in Hess, I'm not sure.
No, let's go.
Yeah, well, we need to.
Oh, I know that building.
I actually know of some. There's so much controversy concerning them. I know that there's been the new Go Away New World Order stuff spray painted on them, and then the newspaper goes and covers it the next day and misquotes the graffiti like they can't read English.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're the front foot soldiers in this operation.
Are they?
Yeah, and
many of them are unawares, though, I'm sure.
A lot of them never get past the porch, but
yeah.
Unfortunately, the ones that get drawn in with the money. Because the lure here is the money. Like if you want to be somebody in your community and get the contracts and the franchises, this is the group to belong to. And make sure you pay your dues, though.
That's right, because then they can turn it around and probably threaten your family and other things, the things that you care about after money, right?
Probably. I think it's beyond probable.
It goes back to...
They do. Anyway,
yes.
This guy was projected to seat on the pyramid back then. They put a timeline in place for this one world government, which was to come to fruition in the year 2000 after 2 and possibly 3 world wars.
Oh.
So they're a tad behind schedule, but it's coming on fast. Okay, this fellow Albert Pike says is Lucifer.
Ah.
The good god.
Is he
who is highly he's highly organized, and he takes all this, you know, how people do foolish things, and they all like their house their way, not the most efficient way.
Yes.
Where Lucifer will take all those kinks out of society and give us the most efficient. You know, like these nuclear reactors in Japan, it's the most efficient hydro, right?
Yeah.
Etc. Anyway.
Yeah, because they haven't discovered cold fusion.
Well, they don't.
Or wait, I think they did actually in Italy just last year. Yeah.
Well, I think between what we have up in Anchorage, Alaska, on the HARP thing, and what they have with the generator in the Swiss Alps, is it? What's that called again? Hadrian Collider. I think.
Isn't it CERN?
Big word?
CERN?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
CERN.
I think they really add to the ability to create a crisis before we have events like what's going to take place in April down in New Hampshire with
Madrid,
with solving the economic woes of the planet. Anyway, back to our Universal Product Code that came on the scene in the late 70s. There was never much discussion. You couldn't get anything on the web. I don't know today. Look up UPC, Universal Product Code, and you'll get some pablum in there that I guess won't be very educational at all, I suspect. But I mean, look up UPC.
Uniform Product Code.
Yeah, Universal Product Code.
Universal Product Code, excuse me, yes.
Okay. So this is being used, I think we could agree, in transactions. For you know, that's one of the uses. Correct? And what we have here is, you can see on this Universal Product Code here, when you compare it with the alphabet here,
yes.
The first 2 lines there are narrow and a wide one. Like the first 2 are narrow, close together, which is a guard bar that triggers the eye to start reading the code.
Okay. Yes, and it's always the same at the beginning and the end.
And when
there's always those 2
at the beginning and in the middle.
And there's one also in the middle?
A little longer here, see?
Okay, yes.
Okay, so it starts before here, that turns on the eye, reads this information, it hits this bar here, this letter here in the middle, and it kicks it over to the second series at the bottom here to read in the second half.
Okay, so the
And
second
then
set has a different...
It has these 10 letters here that they take the information from.
Wow.
And then you have the last pair of
Yes.
lines that shuts it off.
Right.
And we know how this happens in a nanosecond.
Oh, it's all so fast with the laser.
And a lot of people don't realize that that information that's picked up there can be transmitted anywhere at the speed of light, being 186,000 miles a second.
Yeah,
a second.
A second, that's pretty
Through
fast.
fiber optics and satellite and tower communication, wireless systems.
Yeah,
Okay?
which is,
So
big controversy about that. Big
So we
conspiracy
can
about
send, in a nanosecond, this stuff around the world, because the speed of light would put it around the world 7 times a second or better.
To put fiber optics into context, a fiber optics 1/10 the width of 1 hair can travel can transmit as much information from one point to another as copper cable 10 feet in diameter. That's something I learned at Nortel. That's it. This fiber optics, everything, the speed at which everything works is it's phenomenal. We can do that, but now we have wireless, and everything else is wireless, and they're putting it in the air and all the radiation and everything else, and with the different powers.
So these cameras and so on are actually symbolized by this eye.
The cameras. Like
The cameras
CCTV
and
cameras?
the scanners.
And the scanners. Oh, okay. It's just about seeing everything.
Like the cameras on the electronic toll roads.
Yeah, like the 407, yeah.
Okay, they can send it anywhere at the speed of light.
Yeah.
So would that almost sound like miracles in the sight of this system?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
If you didn't understand it, it seemed like a miracle.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay.
Well, they can pick you up within 30 feet and find out exactly who you are just by the biometric of your eyes and your nose and everything.
Well, I
Next
have.
thing you know, you're going through the city and your checkpoints of everywhere, 45, 50 times within an hour. You're going through the red light that's sitting there. They're looking right at you through the screen. Next thing you know, you're going through a grocery store. You're doing a checkout. You're doing some banking. You're found out everywhere. They know exactly what tracking, what you're doing. They can figure out who's who, what's what, and what's going on, what you're purchasing.
With the new chip.
Oh, I punched mine out.
You can. It is a very good idea. I warn everybody. Your chips are being monitored by everybody. Every time you make any purchase anywhere, it is showing up on systems, and I don't know why people are watching this, but it is like systems that not the police are watching. It's just regular people. So regular people know what you're doing most of the time now.
That should be the biggest question.
Anybody who's sitting at home on Call of Duty who knows anything about computer programming is looking at all of your transactions should they desire to.
Okay.
There's a punch right through it. So forget it.
Nice.
Done. That's the best thing to do. Forget about trying to decipher it. Just give it a good punch.
I believe, that you don't need to worry about the chip.
Yeah, nice clean.
The chip.
We'll look
at the
UPC through the punch.
Ever been?
Still usable?
Yeah. Why are you doing a swipe?
Have you ever been?
Actually, I hardly touch it.
Have you ever been to a football game?
Certainly. CFL, the Ottawa Rough Riders. Lansdowne Park's closed now.
Now, have you ever followed the keep your eye on the football?
Okay, I keep your eye on the ball.
You do
that in golf
why
too,
do
don't
you do
you?
that?
So it doesn't hit you in the face.
Well,
No one's
you keep
gonna
your eye
hit
on the
you,
ball
right?
to try to prevent a touchdown. And if your eye gets off the ball, touchdown's liable to happen pretty quick.
Certainly.
Well, I look at the chip as one of these pass-offs.
It's
You're
good.
awesome. He's good, eh?
It's good.
Check it out. Awesome. He's good at all the time.
Like the chip is
This is how
a
easy it
diversion.
is.
A diversion tactic to keep people off balance. Okay?
You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.